We were talking about Quinn Hughes returning tonight, and Vancouver is a team you should be tracking. I mean,
dialed.
They're rolling, and like Quinn Hughes is.
I took him kind of as a fluke because I wanted to take Quinn Hughes and Jack Hughes in my fantasy pool for TSN. This guy's legit, man.
He comes as advertised. Like, we heard about him last year when he was in Michigan. He went 7th overall.
And remember when they drafted him, we were like, what are you doing taking, like, he's a smallish defenseman. Like, what? He is legit.
Well, Detroit had him in their backyard, and they passed. They took Philip Zadina, who I still think is going to be a scorer. You know, he's just 20 years old. He's in the American League, but they passed on Hughes, and he fell right into Vancouver's lap. And, man, that kid's a magical player to watch, I'll tell you.
Yeah, Detroit must be just kicking themselves for letting that one slide by. Right in your backyard.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I wonder if a guy, if he's that accessible, sometimes you watch him so much you just pick all the warts out.
Yeah, you're like, oh, no.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, that's a bad play. Where the guy you see less makes those plays, but you don't see them all. You know, Hughes, they would have literally driven up the road to Plymouth and watched him play however many times they did.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's almost like you're concerned you're going to be considered lazy. Like, do you have a scouting department? You don't leave the state? Like, go find someone outside of Michigan.
Well, I forget, there were 3 years in a row the Leafs drafted their first-round pick, I think, out of Barrie.
Well, right, they took 3 Belleville Bulls in the same round. Mm-hmm. That was in 89 or something. We talked about this last week. Yeah, 3 guys from the same team, 2 forwards and a defenseman.
No, he was a good pick. He's my buddy.
He worked out, but 3 guys from this. Now, that was, I believe, still the Ballard era, and they didn't have scouts.
They could only go along the 401.
Right. It was exclusively the OHL.
If you didn't have a bicycle, you couldn't scout.
Right, exactly.
Hey, Ray, what do you think the secret sauce is in Vancouver?
I think they've got 1/3 of their team is new, so they've added players that weren't there. So, you know, Brandon Sutter's healthy this year so far, and he's been fantastic for them. But they added JT Miller, Myers, Hughes, Demko to the goaltending. You know, it's virtually Furland, who's been hurt, hasn't really made much of an impact. Jordy Ben as well. So they added half a defense and a couple of forwards and a goalie. It's been, I think that's the biggest change. They've got more depth, more options. They're a good team. They've had a really easy schedule. We'll see what happens in November when it gets much more difficult. But if they can hold their head here through November, I think we got a real story to look at.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I mean, Edmonton keeps picking up points. I think Calgary will get it going at some point. Winnipeg scares me out west. I mean, they scare me. But there's a lot of really interesting teams in the country right now. Like,
there are. If Winnipeg could somehow get that Bufflin mess sorted out,
that is a mess.
Oh man! But at least you'd get him back, or you'd trade him and you'd get his cap space back. Like right now, they're just totally hamstrung. Like they're stuck. They're stuck with $7.6 million that they can't do anything with.
That is a jam job. And now he's had surgery, so it doesn't matter. It's not like he's playing at the end of the week.
Yeah. Ray, do you think he'll ever play in the NHL again?
Yes.
I say no.
You don't think so?
No. You give that human being that time off and surgery?
Well, he's got a contract for next year.
Oh, yeah? You've seen that wedding picture.
He is.
Blow that up and like just add a filter to that, and that's what it's going to look like.
The game found him. The game found him. That's the thing about Dustin Bufflin. He's a unique specimen.
He's a unicorn.
Like he's a unicorn. I'm convinced. I don't know what you guys think. I'm convinced whatever sport he was in, he would be a pro, and he'd probably go through the same stuff that he's going through right now.
Yeah, Roddy,
whatever sport.
Go sit in an ice fishing hut for 6 months and then try to play an NHL game and see how good you are.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He would go through the same.
And step on a scale after too and see what happens.
Yeah, he would play exactly. Eat a lot of fish though.
Yeah.
That is a large man. That is a large man.
Bad ankle now too. Oh, you throw a bad ankle into the mix?
He has got some kind of hook thing that opens the fridge that just grabs a pint and a sandwich. A cane that just grabs everything and brings it to his chair.
Or he's got people doing it.
That's right.
Got enough money for that.
Yeah.